Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you guys are all well. I want to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating for you, Leo, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. Wow. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Eight of Swords. You have the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands reversed. So you're definitely up in your head about something. You're overthinking something. You're unsure of what direction to go. You're feeling trapped. You want balance in your life. Now, for some of you, this could be regarding money. You could be very concerned about your finances or money right now. But with the Two of Pentacles, I feel like you're weighing up the pros and cons about something here, and you're overthinking it. Three of Wands indicates to me that you're tired of waiting for something. Something you've been waiting for doesn't seem to be coming through. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Well, somebody's loving you, but they're not telling you that. Yeah, this person has a lot of love for you. You could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but there's silence here, and this is what's keeping you so concerned. This person does have deep feelings for you, almost overwhelming at times. And I feel like they're going to express them to you, but right now, currently, it doesn't look like they are. This person is trying to find their balance. They're trying to... they're contemplating things or thinking about things, but it's not about whether or not they love you, because I see that they do. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Stuck energy. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Things aren't proceeding. They're not moving forward. And this is why you're tired of waiting for something. Maybe it's just a conversation, but it's stalled because this person's not communicating, and you're worried, you're concerned, you're overthinking it because you don't know what it is that they're thinking. So there's stuck energy here between the two of you. Things are not proceeding or moving forward. Let me see what's affecting this connection. The High Priestess in the reverse. And the World in reverse. Okay, so yeah, there's something here that is unfinished, likely from the past. It could have been something to do with secrets. I feel like you really are doubting your own intuition, which is part of the overthinking that's taking place. And so I feel like this person definitely has not moved on from you. They don't feel like things are over, but for some reason they're not expressing themselves. And it has to do with something here that is incomplete between the two of you. Let me see. Show me the outcome. Oh, the Devil. Now, you might be dealing with a Capricorn. I see Scorpio energy here as well. But with the Devil, this is toxic energy. There's a very strong temptation. There's a draw, but there's something toxic. There's something very toxic that has to be addressed here. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate to me that you feel like you're kind of out of options with this person. I don't feel like there's any confusion. There was, but that confusion seems to be cleared up, and that might be on their side, because I'm telling you, this person has a lot of love for you. They've got the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, but there is some kind of toxic energy here. I don't know if you're dealing with somebody who has some sort of addictions, or they're possibly an overworker. I don't know, but there's something toxic. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Eight of Swords here? And whatever it is has you really upset, really worried, you know, thinking about it constantly. Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Fool in reverse. Yeah, you're thinking about whether or not to take a risk with this person, whether or not this new beginning's coming through. Is this person going to offer you anything of substance? I don't feel like you are entertaining other options currently, but I feel like everything is just stuck. It's just not moving forward here. There does still seem to be something to do with finances and money as well. You may be considering starting something new, but you may be afraid to do so, so you're not proceeding with that. So just keep that in mind. What is the Two of Pentacles here? Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Cups, and the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, so yeah, you're trying to see, is this ever going to move forward? Is it ever going to move in a positive direction? Are you ever going to be able to turn the page and move this forward? And I do feel like you're trying to figure that out. You're studying it. You're searching, you know, you're looking. And you're looking to this person to see if they're going to ever offer you anything, if they're ever going to, you know, move this to a better place. At the same time, you're feeling rather disrespected and powerless. And unfortunately, Leo, that is affecting your ability to trust your own intuition. So you definitely want to, you know, make sure that you are getting in touch with yourself, that you are trusting your intuition here, because I see doubt and fear. And you kind of tend to lean into that doubt and fear, and it's causing you harm. So you don't want to do that. I also feel like there may have been some secrets or something that was revealed to you that you're not quite over, and you felt very disrespected with whatever this was. But at the same time, you don't want to argue with this person. So let me see the Three of Wands reversed for Leo. Judgment. Yeah. You're tired of waiting for this to reconcile. You're tired of waiting for this to come together. You know, in the past, you felt betrayed by this person. There was a painful ending that was here, and you're wanting to reconcile with this person, but you don't feel like they're offering you anything. You don't feel like they're coming towards you. It's all this stuck energy. And you're feeling that because this person is keeping so silent. Let me see. Let's look at their energy. And you're afraid you're just dealing with somebody who's toxic, who's never going to open up, never going to offer you anything. Show me the Four of Swords. Show me the Four of Swords for the person in Leo's energy. All right, so we have the Five of Swords reversed. And we have the Four of Wands reversed. You may have even been married to this person or in a long-term connection. I do feel like this person is trying to center themselves. They're trying to come out of their ego. They're trying to avoid conflict. You're both trying to avoid conflict, which is positive. However, there's something to do with this ending that occurred that they have not quite moved on from. They're not over something too. I do feel like neither of you want to fight, though. But is that what's causing this conversation to not occur? Let me see the Knight of Cups. Show me the Knight of Cups. Ooh, the Tower. And the Five of Pentacles. Ooh. So this person literally had a tower moment when they realized they weren't over you. I see an ending that happened. It was painful for you. And I feel like this person, when this ending happened, they were up in their ego. And I do feel like there was a lot of conflict here. And I also feel like when they realized that they weren't over you, that they still had these feelings and emotions, it caused a tower moment for them. And it's at that point that they said, oh my gosh, I love Leo. I need to bring this back together. You know, they felt such a deep sense of loss, and now they want to reconcile. You both want to reconcile. But it's hard for this person, it looks like, to show their feelings and emotions. And especially because there's some sort of a discussion or a yeah, it's a discussion that the two of you need to have, and you're both kind of avoiding it because you're afraid, both of you are afraid it's going to wind up in a fight, in a conflict. Why is the Queen of Cups here? I will also tell you that after this person was like, you know, figuring out that they were still in love with you, their feelings and emotions have only grown since that time. All right, we have the Moon in reverse, and we have the Three of Coins reversed. So this person is going to reveal their feelings to you. They're aware of it. They've had this epiphany. Their feelings have grown. With the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, this is indicating that they're not currently putting in the effort. They're not trying to work this out. But it's not that they don't want to, and they are going to reveal their feelings. So there's something toxic that's going on here. Yeah, and I do feel like you're tired of waiting. It's like they're having to come to terms with the fact that they are in love with you and they're not willing to let you go. But yet they're being most uncooperative. There's something to do with a contract, a broken contract as well. So let me look at the energy between Leo and this person. Why is all this stuck energy here? Show me the energy between Leo and this person. All right, we have the Emperor, Aries energy. We have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands. Ooh, okay. So did this person end the connection with you and move towards someone else? And that's why this person doesn't want to talk about it? I do see that they want this new beginning with you. And I also see that they're the one who reached out to you. You had other options, but you didn't feel like any of those other options were what you wanted or what would be good for you. I also feel like you feel very confused about why things are stuck, why this person's not proceeding forward, why they're not taking charge in the situation. And they are going to or have already, but it's like they took charge. They opened up that door with you because they didn't want to let you go, but they're being rather immature as far as communication goes. And that's confusing. That's very confusing for you. And you're wondering, do they have other options? Do they have somebody else that they're keeping in their back pocket maybe? And so you're not going to move forward. Instead, you're trying to take charge of your own life. But unfortunately, you know, you're kind of leaning into the negative. So be careful with that, Leo, because it's creating a lot of fear in you. It's creating this sense of shutdown and not really trusting your own intuition. So I want you to be careful with that. I do see that they're the one who stepped in and communicated. And there is some good news here. If this person, they could be somebody who is a business owner or somebody that is in a position of authority. And if so, they're either bringing you good news or they've gotten good news recently. Let me see. Show me what is affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting the connection. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups reversed. We have the Two of Cups. That's positive. Gemini energy, but it's indicating a soulmate connection and that there's an effort here. This person is going to make an effort to get you two on the same page. Now, I will tell you that when this ending happened, this person may have entertained others, but they never fully moved away from this connection. They were never able to fully move away from you, and that is what caused them to have this Tower moment. That's what caused them to take action on it. And I do see that they are likely the one who reached out in this situation because they didn't want you to get away. And they could see that whatever the behaviors were, secrets, things that had come out, that you were finding it very distasteful. I do see for some of you that this person may have a substance abuse, alcohol or substance abuse problem, or for some of you, they could be somebody who is an overworker, you know, so they need to find more balance in their life. But I will tell you, this person never got over you, even though they may have entertained others. This person never got over you. And I feel like, you know, that was kind of the tower moment for them, is when they realized that, you know, even though things had ended between the two of you, that they were still in love with you. But they're not expressing that properly. This person is not a good communicator, and they're not properly expressing that. But I'm telling you, I can see it, that they definitely began to move back in your direction with the idea of a reconciliation. So let's look at your outcome. Show me the outcome. No wonder it's confusing, because it's like they're giving you mixed messages, you know? Show me the outcome for Leo. Show me the outcome for Leo. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. There's a High Priestess in the upright. The Hermit, Virgo energy, Scorpio energy, and the Ten of Cups. So, the toxic energy has to do with secrets. It has to do with, you know, communication. And not fully, this person not really revealing everything and feeling uncomfortable revealing their feelings and emotions. I do see that there is going to be some back and forth communication, possibly travel if this person lives at a distance from you, and there are going to be changes. Now, I do feel like the changes are going to make you happy. However, that being said, you're still feeling like there's something toxic with this. So I feel like this person is going to put in some effort to try to bring this back together, to try to express themselves to you. But ultimately, this person is going to clam up again. They're gonna sit on those feelings again. And that's part of the toxic energy. This is somebody who really needs to learn how to express themselves. They need to learn how to deal with their own feelings and to open up and reveal those feelings in an appropriate way. And unfortunately, they're not going to fully do that. I see that there's going to be this back and forth communication. Everything's going to go well. You're going to be able to reconcile and bring this back together. But then I see this person kind of falling back into that toxic behavior, that toxic energy, and kind of clamming up and keeping things to themselves again. This person broods. They think about things, and it's almost like they expect you to read their mind. So I do feel like you are going to be happy. There is going to be, you know, effort for them to fix the harm, or to, that's not really the best way of putting that, to repair the damage that was done within this connection. I do see the reconciliation. I do see this person moving back towards you. I do see some communication back and forth, but then they kind of, and that's going to make you real happy. But then they're going to kind of lapse back into that, keeping things to themselves again. So, you know, you just have to decide if you're going to be okay with that. Because this person is definitely someone who has deep, deep feelings. But when it comes to expressing them, they have a very difficult time doing that. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. This is underlying energy. And it does indicate that there's some indecision here. There's decisions that need to be made, and there's a sense of not really wanting to make those decisions, so kind of going back and forth in your head. And I do feel like that is your energy, Leo. You're kind of going back and forth about, you know, what should you do? And that's where this overthinking is coming from. My suggestion would be for you to really focus on you right now and moving your life forward, and let this person kind of come to terms, and let them come to you. You know, don't rush after them, because they need to learn how to express themselves. All right, so I'm going to pull an oracle card. Pulling for Leo. Pulling for Leo. All right, so you have number 46, and this card is called Coming Apart. All right. Give me just a second. I'm going to read that for you. It says, now is the time to take separate paths. The Coming Apart card is a sign to put an end to what's no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to take a break, a promise, or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, dissolution, and dispersion are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. And that's that fear that is causing this overthinking. The price you will pay will not be worth the price. Separation brings good fortune. So, pull back a little bit, Leo. Let this person figure things out on their own. Work on you. And then I feel like, this person will have to then, because they don't want to lose you, that person will then have to come towards you and express themselves. But if you're chasing after them, it doesn't give them the room that they need in order to process these feelings and then, be able to express themselves appropriately. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Leo. If you've resonated with this, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Leo, know that you're loved, and namaste.